Still counting here the Montreal Gazette with Robert Tchaikovsky of the Edmonton Sun after the Canadiens' 5-1 victory over the Oilers here this afternoon. Robert, was that a case of the Canadiens playing really well or the Oilers playing really bad?
Both, really. I mean, the Oilers have been playing really well heading into this, and they were expecting, better. Maybe they were expecting an easier night than they got from the Canadiens, and when the Canadiens pushed back, I don't think the Oilers were prepared for it or handled it very well at all.
And Connor McDavid, everybody in Montreal was so excited to see him come into town today. He was held off the score sheet, but he did pull off probably the most exciting move of the game with about 4 minutes left when he went in. He put the puck through Alexei Emelin's legs, went in on Jeff Petrie, and then put the puck behind his skate and fired it up. But I guess you guys are getting used to seeing this kind of stuff from this kid.
Yeah, it's not often in a 5-1 loss. With the thing everybody's talking about is a play from Connor McDavid, but he is a special player, and every night he's one of those players that when he's on the ice you sit up and watch because there's a very good chance he's going to do something special, and I think we're going to see this for about the next 15 years in this league.
Well, PK Subban was saying after the game that he knows McDavid pretty well. His brother Jordan used to play with him in minor hockey, and they've trained together a little bit in the summer. He was saying that McDavid's obviously going to be a superstar, and he can't believe. He said there's so many players in this league who can do tricks like that, but not at full speed and not in a game situation. But I think today maybe the old man Subban had the upper hand on the kid.
Yeah, they were playing him. I mean, you get a big defenseman like PK who's been around and who will do whatever it takes and who has the mobility and the sense of the game. And Connor McDavid's going to have to deal with that for the rest of his career, so he better get used to it. There's a lot of guys in this league like PK Subban who are going to be focusing on Connor McDavid from here on in, because as we saw tonight, if Connor McDavid's not going, maybe the rest of the Oilers aren't going with him. So if you can shut down 97, you're off to a good start in beating the Oilers.
The big surprise for me was Ben Scrivens got the starting goal. He's coming in with an 0-4 record, .875 save percentage. It looked like you were maybe feeding him to the Wolves a little bit, but I mean, you guys know him from Edmonton. Were you surprised to see how he played?
Yeah, well, very, because of the way he left. And the Oilers scored 12 goals in their last 2 games, and then they get Ben Scrivens in the third. They're like, okay, it's stats night. They're going to put up 8 or 9. And then he made a couple of really big saves in the first couple of minutes when the Oilers were, if they score a couple there, it's the Oilers are saying, here we go again, and the Canadiens are saying, here we go again. And he kept Edmonton off the board and gave Montreal a chance to catch its breath, and then from then on in, it was all Canadian.
The other one is Zack Kassian, the other former Canadian, ran into some off-ice issues here, ended up back in Edmonton. He had a net presence that I think Canadiens fans were hoping they would see. He took a penalty there at the end of the second period. How much has he brought to the Oilers since he's been in Edmonton?
Yeah, he brought this game, and every game has been kind of the same with him. He plays a hard game, he finishes his checks, he's an agitator, he goes hard to the net. He's exactly what they needed and exactly what they were looking for, and if he can stay on the right path, I know it's going to take longer than a couple of weeks for this to be called a success story, but so far so good. He's been a really good player on the ice and holding his own off the ice as well so far.
Canadiens back in action on Super Bowl Sunday when the Carolina Hurricanes will be the visitors here. What's up next for the Oilers?
They're in Brooklyn on Super Bowl Sunday as well, so we got to get that game out of the way and find a TV quick.
All right, busy weekend for both of these teams. We'll be back here Sunday from the Bell Center with my colleague Pat Hickey.